and I'm so grateful. Very familiar passage of Scripture, but I won't read it all because I know how New Life is. Y'all some Bible-believing, Bible-reading folks. And I know it don't take much, amen? Romans chapter 8, go to verse 28. Go to verse 28. Romans 8:28. I know, see, I already know, y'all. We halfway there. I'm almost done preaching. I know you know that. Romans 8:28. When you have it, say, ooh, there it is. Man, it's Romans 8:28. Reading from a couple of versions today, for a bit of clarity. I want to start with the King James Version. Romans 8:28. First few words, first three words. Romans 8:28 says, and we know. I know that's all you needed. So then I went to the King James, the New King James Version, just to see what it said in the New King James. And the first three words are, and we know. I didn't think that was enough for you, so I thought I'd check it out in two other translations just to see if there was a bit of clarity. When I got to the New International Version, it read, and we know. I thought you might need a little bit more, so I got real sophisticated and went to New Living Translation. And when I got to Romans 8:28 New Living Translation, I started reading. It said, and we know. You may be seated in the presence of the Lord. That's it, that's all. Hallelujah. And there's some stuff you just ought to know. And we know. And we know. Hold up your Bibles. We are accustomed here in New Life. Repeat after me, I am. Because it says I am. I can. Because it says I can. I will. Because it says I will. Thanks be to God. And I have new life. I'm going to give just a minute for the choir. I know you won't. Yeah. God bless you. Yes. Amen. Amen. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. They're taking their seats. I see some visitors today. God bless you. Thank you for visiting. I will tell you, as I shared with Sister Adia last week, you get once use a visitor, twice use a visitor, the third time you get your own water. Amen? Amen. That means you're at home now. So we, for some of you, we welcome you home. For those of you that are visiting, God bless you. We're so happy that you are here. Say to yourself and say to your neighbor, the title of today's message, I just took it straight from the Bible. And we know. You got to say it like you need it. And we know. Because you know what comes after that. So just say, and we know. Say it like Sister Sherry with attitude. And we know. How about that? Hallelujah. In this life, there are some things we can be sure of. There are some facts that we ought to just know without a shadow of a doubt. There's some things that we ought to be certain of. In certain situations, we should just be able to walk away and say, and we know. That's it. So I just need you to get that in your spirit. And we know certain people, we should be able to walk away from those certain people and just say, and we know. We should be able to walk away from certain situations and just walk away and say, and we know. Some stuff Mama told us we should be able to say, and we know. Now, not everything she said was true, but there was some good stuff you ought to be able to say, and we know. Be home before the street lights come on. Y'all had the same, okay. And we know, right? You knew what you had to do. Wash your hands before you leave the restroom, right? And we know some things you just ought to do. Say grace before you eat your food. Some things you just ought to know. Somebody does something nice for you. The least you can do is say, thank you, right? See, there's some things we just ought to know. Some things we should just know for ourselves. Some things are predictable. As we continue on this journey, some things we just know, and there are times where we might be uncertain. And so as your pastor, as your leader, I don't want you to leave today and be uncertain about some things I just believe you ought to be sure about. Sometimes when you're not sure for the real, you're not sure about the outcome, you're not sure if things are going to work in your favor. Now some of y'all, this is not for everybody, because some of y'all are super saved. Jesus look at you and say, oh, she's saved. But for the rest of y'all, it don't always look like things are going to work out all right. Now, I don't know about you, but sometimes I know what the Bible says, but some things you go through, you wonder, Lord, am I ever going to make it out of this? This ain't for the super saints. This is just for everybody else. I'm not talking to the super saints, but for the real folk in the house, some stuff that we go through, it does not always look like it's going to work out all right. But if you know who God is, you ought to be able to walk away from that situation and say, and we know. It doesn't look like it's going to work in my favor. Sometimes it doesn't look like I will survive the breakup, but it doesn't look like you will survive the job layoff, but it doesn't look like you're going to survive the fight with your children or the fight with your spouse again this week or the fight with your boss. So the Lord sent me by here on my way to heaven to let you know that your situation didn't catch him by surprise. Your situation did not catch him off guard. It did not catch God by surprise. I heard the Lord saying that before I formed you in your mother's womb, I knew you. And so we ought to be able to say that, and we know. And you ought to be able to say that for yourself. Let me get everybody on the same page so that we're together and we can shout and go on about our business. The other part of and we know sounds like this. I don't want to assume that everybody's been to Sunday school, but it says, and I know. And we know that all things work together for the good of those who love him, who are called according to his purpose. That's the whole scripture. But as a believer, you ought to be able to stop that, and we know. You ought not need much more than that. All things are working together. But watch this. Before you get to all things working together, before you can wrap your mind around that, you got to be able to walk away from this passage of scripture and say, and we know. And not need anything to go on. Let me tell you, after you get through with those three words, a praise goes right there. Oh, I thought you knew. Let me back up and get everybody on the yellow bus. After you say, and we know, then a praise. Oh, I'm going to get the rest of y'all going to pick it up. That's all I got for you. If you waiting for it, that's it right there. You ought to be able to say, and we know. I know if I ain't got nobody else, the ministerial staff is halfway there. Deacon, and we know. What else? I done told you what it says after that, so we just going to stop. And we know. Okay, so let me get this close, folks. And you know that it's all working together for your good. So when you get to this part of the scripture, you don't need all of it, right? Because we're not conditional praises. We are unconditional praises. In other words, you don't have to wait for the battle to be over. You can say right now, and we know. Well, what is it that you know? I know that all of this mess is working for my good, right? So what else you need? Well, I don't know. When you get to Romans 8:28, I'm just going to go with the first three words. We read it in 4 translations, right? The first translation said, when you got to the second translation, it said, the third translation says, the fourth translation said, I said it 4 times and some of y'all still ain't got it. You ought to be in a place with God. Oh, he got a track record with you. The God has delivered you more than 1 or 2 times. He done saved your soul. He done saved your bad children. He done saved your bad marriage. He done helped your finances. So you ought to be able to say, that's it. That's all I got. I ain't got nothing else. So you all got to pray. Because we know that all things work together for the good of them who love God and are called according to his purpose. Watch this. Watch this. When the doctor finishes telling you everything that ain't right with your body, I dare you to just walk away from the doctor and say, and we know. When your spouse gets through telling you that this relationship is over, I dare you to walk away from it and say, y'all going to help me preach my little Easter speech and we going home. When the kids bring you more bad news, I dare you to walk away from it and say, when your haters are still talking about you, turn your back on your haters and say, and we know. When you already have, God will give you joy in the middle of your situation. You know why? Because as believers, we can say, and we know that all things, you already know how this turns out. When you believe God, you can thank him in the middle of your situation. But here it is. Here's the formula, because I know you and you need a formula for your shout, so I got you. Here's the formula. You got to know already that it's working for your good. You have to know in advance that things are going to work out for you. Let me prove it to you, because I know that you need some Bible, because I know you. So let me prove it to you. You remember there was a movie called what's the movie? My favorite. I knew y'all faster. Color Purple. And you remember when Nettie and Celie were separated at the beginning of the movie. Y'all remember that? I was angry, and I was angry as I could be, but as angry as I was, had I left the movie at that point, I never would have heard Celie and Nettie get to the point where they could say, and we know. I would have left too soon, right? So let me help you before I go any further. Y'all think I'm just talking about movies. This ain't a movie review. I would not insult your intelligence, but I just can't tell you. Sometimes we leave the situation too soon. And if you can't say in the middle of the situation, and I know, you're going to miss what God has for you. Let me get the little folks. Y'all remember when Dory was swimming? Y'all don't remember the movie? Yeah, there it is, baby. Dory was swimming in Finding Nemo, and if you had left too early, you would have missed the encouraging words. Y'all didn't know that Dory had her license to preach, and Dory helped us in the movie, and she helped us because she had some encouraging words. How about Forrest Gump? Y'all remember Forrest Gump, right? And Forrest Gump, if you had left too early, you wouldn't have heard Forrest when he got to and I know, his and I know moment. How about the Lion King? Y'all remember the Lion King, right? If you had left the Lion King too soon, you would have missed Simba's return to say, and I know. But put a pin right there. I'm not going to preach the movie review right now, but give me 7 minutes, and I'm going to come back to Sealy, Finding Nemo, Forrest, and Simba. 7 minutes, I'm coming back to Sealy, Finding Nemo, Forrest, and Simba. Y'all got it? Don't miss it. 7 minutes. Who I'm coming back to? Sealy, Finding Nemo, Forrest, and Simba. Okay, I got it. So some of y'all think this is a movie review, but what I'm really talking about is life, your life and my life. Have you ever felt like you needed an I know moment? Because I don't know about you, but sometimes my life is a bit disturbed. Anybody ever lived in a disturbed kind of, okay, I see your hand. I need to know that there is an and I know kind of moment because I'm going through some stuff right now, and you need to know that there is an and I know kind of moment. Life has dealt you a bad hand. Anybody got any bad? Yeah, life just is taking you through right now, and you need a and I know kind of moment. Well, that's why your pastor showed up. The creditors are after you. Okay, so that she almost ran. The creditors are after you, but you need a and I know kind of moment. Your ex don't want you. Your enemies are looking for you. Your haters are talking about you. Folks at the job playing with you. Family members tripping on you. Your health is trying to fool you. Politicians are lying to you. Your car is acting up on you. Church folks are hating on you. Spouse is lying on you. Children talking back to you. Your eyebrows was on fleek last week and now one is crooked. You need a and I know kind of moment. In that moment, watch this. Pastor Paul in this passage will help you get it together. Pastor Paul is trying to bless us. He said, and I know that all things work together for your good. Watch this. Let me help you with the word all. When you look up all in different translations, all always means all. It don't never mean nothing else. I know that was bad grammar for all the teachers in the place, but let me preach it like I feel it. It always means all. It don't ever mean nothing else. So if that's the case, if all always means all, and all things are working together for my good, let me get us all on the same page. That means your good and your bad is working for your good. That means you're happy and you're sad. I'm going to get some of y'all right where you sit. Your mountaintop and your valley experience is working for your good. Your hair loss and your hair growth is working for your good. Your smile and your frown is working for your good. I'm almost done preaching. Your Facebook likes and dislikes is working for your good. All things are working for your good. Let me get you even closer. Your broke and your 2 nickels is working for your good. When you're employed and when you're in the soup line, it's all working for your good. When you're married or single, it's all working for you. Here, watch this. Here's what Paul is teaching us. You can go on and tell God thank you, right? This is what he's teaching us. I thought when I was sad that I was messed up. But when you understand that all things work together for your good, God was just preparing to turn your frown upside down. I'm so glad y'all got some commercials. You thought the breakup was going to kill you, but God was just preparing you for somebody else. You thought that you were broke, but God was just preparing your bank account for increase. You thought that your friends had walked out, but what you really found out was they were fake in the beginning. You thought the cancer was going to kill you, but God was just revealing to you that he's a healer. You thought that you couldn't make it another further, but God said you just got to lean and depend on me. You thought they fired you, but God said you just need a vacation so that I can give you a promotion. You got to have a and I know kind of moment. You have to trust and believe. Watch this. You've got to trust and believe the end thing before the end of the thing. Let me say it again because I didn't get it either. You got to trust the end of a thing before the end of a thing. You got to trust, I'm going to say that to you. You got to trust the end thing before you get to the end of the thing. You got to see it before you get to it. I'm going to back up and get the slow folks. You got to trust the end of a thing before you get to we almost there. You got to trust the end of the thing before you get, I see you, Brother Antoine. You got to trust the end of the thing before you get to the end of the thing. Watch watch this, you got to trust God when you can't trace God. I know you can't always see God, but understand this, all things are working together for my good. Well, I don't know how this is going to end up, but what I know is God knows the end from the beginning. And since let me just connect the dots, I don't take my seat, but since I know that God knows, I don't have to worry about tomorrow. And since I know that God is looking out for me, then I can say with the greatest of confidence, without fear of contradiction, that all things are working together for my good. Well, if that's the case, preacher, then I can say that I have an and I know kind of moment. You have to know, trust, and believe God. Then and only then can you say, and I know. Here it is, here it is, here it is, and I'm done. And I know. I know that all things work together. The Bible says, and. A and D. You see that? Here's what I like about the word and. I know you thought it was just a conjunction, but let me just help you out on your next shout. And is a good word because and says that there's something else. Right. Church folks don't know when to shout. And always says that there's something else. Okay. So let me help you with your next phrase. This is an extension word. You almost got it. In other words, when he said and, that means I'm going to add to what already exists. The pulpit guy, I need the rest of y'all to catch up. And says I'm going to add to what's already there. So Marcellus got it. Y'all better catch up while you can. He says I'm going to A and B to what you already had. I don't know about you, but God has been good to me. And if he does another and, I might just have to run a little bit. Anybody want God just to give you another A in the D? Are we going to cut it off right there? Anybody need a hand? Anybody want God to do a hand? He did it right here. You know how I know? Because the Bible says, and I know. In other words, he's adding to it, to what he's already done. Here it is. And he walks with me. And he talks with me. And he tells me, help me say that I am his own. And he's going to bless me. And he's going to deliver me. I'm almost done. And he's going to sanctify me. And he's going to help me. And he's going to deliver my children. And he's going to be my refuge. You ought to thank God for the hand in your life. Had it not been for the Lord who was on my side, where would I be? Here it is, here it is. What I told you from the beginning. I told you that I was going to come back to them, right? Y'all remember that it was Celie, Finding Nemo, Forrest, and Simba. Y'all got it? Celie had her and I know moment when she told Mister, everything you've done to me, come on, help me preach the color purple. Already done to you. That was Miss Celie saying, I may be black, I may be poor, I might even be ugly, but thank God, I'm still here. That was Celie. God added to Sister Celia, gave her a and I know kind of moment. I don't know what y'all, I didn't just come to preach Celia, but y'all remember Dory. Dory had that kind of moment when she couldn't find her family. She didn't know what was going on. Y'all remember the encouraging words that Evangelist Dory spoke in, and she said, just keep, there in Utah, the same movie. Dory said, just keep swimming. That was God adding to Sister Dory. Some of us need to do that in our own life. I don't care what it is you're going through. I can hear the Lord saying, just keep. Come on, don't give it up. Say it to you. Encourage yourself like Dory did. Say, just keep. Come on, say it like you mean it. Just keep swimming. That's your end moment. You better say it like you mean it. Just keep, whatever you're going through, just keep. Come on, say it with me. Just keep swimming. Just say it again. Just keep. Come on, don't miss it. Just keep swimming. And say it again. Just keep. And Forrest Gump, he had his and I know moment. Y'all remember because Jenny came along. That was his girl. And y'all remember the evangelist Jenny came along and she told Forrest to do what? And she did. She said, run, Forrest. Run. That was his and I know kind of moment. And y'all remember Simba. Simba had to fight his way. He had to fight everybody. And then Simba had his comeback moment when he returned to Prime Rock to rule over it. So you ought to, like Simba, have your and I know kind of moment. Here it is. What is it that you know? How How can you just walk around, mother, telling everybody, and I know? Here's what it looks like. All I need to know is, and I know. Say it with me, and I know. I'm going to finish it for you in a second, but just say, and I know. And what is it that you know? I know that all things work together for my good. I know that God is on my side. I know that he will never leave me. I know that he will never forsake me. I know that he walks with me. I know that he's a healer. I know that he's a provider. I know that he's a protector. And I know that he will be the lifter of my head. And I know that he loves me. And I know that it's working for me. Tell somebody, and I know. Finish it like this. Say, it's working for me. Whatever's going to, come on, say it like you. Whatever's going on, it's working for me. Yeah, tell your other neighbor, tell the person on the other side, say, it's working for me. It's working. What's working? It's working out for my good. The bad is working for me. The ugly is working for me. I'm praising God because it's working for me. Here it is. Only those folks that know that it's working for you. Give God a hand praise and tell him. Come on, you got to tell God, I know it's working. It might not look good, but it's working for me. It might not feel good to you. You got to get it where you sit. It might not feel good, but it's working for me. I might not like it, but it's working for me. It might hurt a little bit, but it's working for me. It might not be what I wanted, but it's working for me. Tell God, thank you that it's working for me. The good and the bad is working for me. The ugly and the sad is working for me. Whatever you go through on Monday, it's going to work for you. The problems you're going to have on Tuesday, it's going to work for you. The issues you're going to have on Wednesday, it's going to work for you. So you ought to tell God, thank you in advance. Mama used to say, don't wait until the battle is over, but shout. So don't be a conditional praiser. Anybody can praise you when the bank account is full. Anybody can praise you when your body's already healed. But I just came for the unconditional praise.